And I had an email pop up from the school principal, and it was just 2 words: Kate's termination. She was autistic and it wasn't right. I feel grateful that PAC said, we will go on this journey with you.
One of our clients was arrested, handcuffed and strip searched on 3 separate occasions, and even though he was only 14, the New South Wales Police didn't think to contact his mother.
As soon as I pulled my clothes on, they put handcuff on my hand, choked me in the pedal wagon.
Sri Lanka's civil war reached a brutal conclusion. People were victims to heinous crimes, and they can give that information that can form part of an evidence base for future prosecutions.
In immigration detention, we see many asylum seekers already very vulnerable, routinely handcuffed. It significantly disrupts people's lives and access to healthcare.
I was aware that it was going to be a difficult case. It was really important, not just for me, but for people who are blind or vision impaired throughout Australia.
The STMP involves heavy-handed policing that disproportionately impacts young Aboriginal people, some as young as 9.
The sad thing is that all the money that goes into closing the gap is effectively destroyed by the STMP.
It's a happy day for me and all the other children with disabilities because Hill Screamer won't discriminate anymore.
This is a victory truly not only for our family, but for all parents with disabled children.
It was a major victory because it was the first class action suit using the anti-discrimination laws, and the women were offered their jobs back.
I wanted to ensure that people who are blind or have low vision were treated in the same way as everyone else.
A postal vote is unnecessary, it's unfair, and it's Parliament's job to decide issues like this.
The Public Interest Advocacy Centre is calling for an investigation into how life insurers treat people with mental health conditions.
We think that insurers aren't keeping up either with community expectations or the medical evidence.
In 2020, we had a win to implement a demand response mechanism in the national energy market. It's essential that all people have access to the protections they need to keep energy cleaner and affordable.
The age of criminal responsibility is 10 years old.
We think the criminal justice system can play some sort of meaningful role where a kid's life has gone off the rails. All of the evidence shows that it makes things worse.
The Religious Discrimination Bill has finally been released after going through the Coalition Party room.
This is extreme legislation which seeks to protect the ability to make derogatory comments about others and to entrench the ability of large religious organisations to discriminate on the basis of religious belief.
I've been a part of street care for the past 18 months. The idea behind it is that people with a lived experience are in the best position to come up with solutions to homelessness.
Part of this healing of the nation and coming together and having a mature nation, there has to be proper truth-telling.
The Towards Truth project is research to elevate the story of Indigenous peoples and their experience of colonisation.
We felt like we didn't have a voice, and PAC are able to give a voice. Part of our settlement was that the school would undertake disability awareness training to bring light to discrimination, especially for disabled children in the education system.
What's the use of a society if it has all these wonderful rights and no one can get to justice? So long live PAC. If it didn't exist, we'd have to invent it.